Welcome to another edition of Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. This is where I give my view of rumors, news, and headlines. This is where I give an opinion, and if you don't like that, well then do something about it. WWE looking to improve Smackdown. I guess the current deal with Sci-Fi ends next month, and WWE is going to be looking to take Smackdown to the next level and make it be right on par with Monday Night Raw. This is coming from PW Insider. The link, the source, the proof is in the description of this video. There's even some rumors that some, and sources, this is what the sources are saying, the sources say they wouldn't be surprised if SmackDown ends up going to 3 hours. Well, you got Raw 3 hours, you got main event, you got SmackDown that could potentially be going to 3 hours. Now, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of positives, but there are some negatives to Raw going 3 hours. But so far, I think the WWE has been able to handle itself pretty well. But now SmackDown, all right, now you think, oh, will it be just a bunch of replays? Will we be seeing a bunch of things we already seen earlier in the night? Is SmackDown just going to become even worse than what it is right now? Even though SmackDown, much to SmackDown's credit, I think it's been a decent show, but to go 3 hours, I mean, you want to differentiate yourself. You want to make it different. You want to make SmackDown stand out. I remember a time when SmackDown was actually better than Raw. I remember when it was producing better matches, better storylines, and all that nice stuff, but the focus has been kind of taken off of SmackDown. Like I said, SmackDown is still good in its own right, or maybe decent. But to go to 3 hours, it would take a lot of adjusting. It would take a lot of changes. And I'm not so sure long-term if that's a good idea. I mean, when SmackDown was good, it had, its own distinctive look. It had the, the fist Titantron, the blue ropes, It was just so different back then from what it is now. I mean, if they brought back the fist stage and made it totally different and made it very intriguing and anticipating, if they can make SmackDown what it was in 2002, 2003, 2004, 5, 6, and what have you, that would be awesome. But how about bring back the Cruiserweight division? Put more emphasis on the Divas division. Put more emphasis on the superstars that don't necessarily get the chance to shine. Maybe this could be where SmackDown could create the next WWE superstars, create that next John Cena, and mold that next main event superstar. Like I said, I mean, right now, as it stands, I mean, this is only a rumor that SmackDown is going to extend to 3 hours. But at first, when I heard Raw was going to 3 hours, I said, this isn't going to be a good idea. It's not going to take off. But, once we saw it materialize and once we saw it take place, it hasn't been that bad of a transition for Raw. But Raw is totally different from SmackDown. And like I said, there's going to have to be a lot of improvements. There's going to be having some changes that's going to have to take effect for the SmackDown to work to be 3 hours. Like I said, you can't go back and, oh, this is what happened earlier tonight, or replays of last week over and over again, or going over the same angles. I just don't know. I mean, long term, I mean, I don't know. It's almost as if, remember back when WCW was around and you had WCW Thunder? That would be like WCW Thunder going 3 hours. Do you really want to watch 3 hours of Thunder? I don't know. I guess it's just going to come down to the way that WWE utilizes its superstars, the airtime that they get, the way the storylines are working, the way that creative wants to make, SmackDown on par with Raw. There were times in the WWE where SmackDown was catching up with Raw, and it was right on par with Raw. But over the last several years, SmackDown has lost its prestige and its significance. But hey, you know what? It would be wrong of me to hate and criticize on something that has yet to take into effect. But I don't know. Before it happens, it's kind of harsh to say what I think about it. But I hope it's good. I hope it turns out to be something that's going to really work, and it's going to translate into the future WWE, and maybe a lot of NXT stars will show up on SmackDown, and hey, it could work. You bring back the Cruiserweights, you make the tag team division worthwhile once again, and the Divas, and it could work, I guess. I guess. Your comments, your opinion, SmackDown moving to 3 hours. Subscribe.